Well, hello there, friends. Are we live this time, Roots? Are we
Yes.
live this time?
We're
Hello,
live this
friends.
time.
Welcome,
Mhm.
welcome to the virtual show, the only late night VR gaming talk show. I'm your host, Wes. With me, as always, my good friend Roots. Roots, we did it this time. We're actually live now. This, for those of you who don't know, we just did the entire intro, and everything's all discombobulated here. Everything. I've been ready for the show for a good hour now, and then right at the last minute, Roots. I check my email and everything falls apart.
Oh, wow. Bad news, good news, weird
It
news.
depends on it depends on who you ask. News, to be sure. Uh, we don't often get a break news on our program, but it has happened from time to time before. But I've never really quite had a story like this kind of just fall in my lap, literally 10 minutes before we're going live on the air with our late night shit show. But I got a pretty big, a fairly big piece of news that just hit my inbox from a friend of the show. Something you guys are going to be hearing. I'm fairly certain are all going to be hearing about. Within a day or two, tops. I just got word, Roots, that Valve, everybody's savior, everybody's favorite company in the world, Valve, just got served with an antitrust
Ooh.
lawsuit. Some fairly substantive claims being made against them as a PC gaming monopoly. And I haven't had a chance to read through the details of it yet. I literally just skimmed over the table of contents. I have known about this for some time. I knew it was coming, but for obvious reasons, I couldn't say anything. But it's all coming out now. You guys will hear a lot more about it in the coming days, not only from the bigger VR media, but from us as well. I'm in contact with the plaintiff. It is a friend of the show, and we're going to have some Q&A going on here in a day or two. So stay tuned. Big things are afoot. It's a crazy time in VR land.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Wow. Savior of VR, bro. Valve. Gerillo. What's Gerillo gonna do, dude? Gerillo, what are you gonna do, bro? I want to hear it.
Yeah, I know. That's the first thing I thought. Well, maybe not the first thing, but certainly Jarillo, the second or third thing I thought of when I read this. I was like, man, Jarillo's going to unsubscribe
Oh,
just for us carrying this story.
hey, we're just reporting the news. We're getting the scoop for once. You'll like Wes said right before we started going, which really is still kind of resonating in my ears that we'll upload should be talking about this in a day or two. So the thought that they're going to be talking about it after us, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. So
Yeah, so a lot more to come on this. I only wish that we were going live like an hour later tonight. I'd have a full scoop for you guys on this. But I got a lot of reading to do, Roots, after we get the show over with tonight. And what a weird show to have to lead in with this kind of news, as it is a Steam centric show. Our whole topic tonight is regarding Steam and the summer sale. So it's kind of funny that we're leading in with this impending doom news. Uh, you know, it's just weird timing.
Radio Runt's here. We can do the show. He said he just beat the Rat King with 3 hunters and a warrior. It was a lot different than my experience, Wes. My experience with the Rat King was I didn't get to see it after 3 hours. But Radio Runt also ditched me in that game at the beginning of it to go get steaks or something. So we tried to do it with 3 people. And that's one thing I will tell you about that Rat King expansion. It is completely 100% way harder, Wes. Like, we had monsters on top of monsters on top. I mean, I swear to God, dude, you'd kill them and you'd be like, okay, we got some breathing room. And then the next move, I kid you not, they would fill the room again. And I'm like, where are they coming from? It was out of control. And I'm a little scared to go back in there, Wes, just being honest with you. It was a little bit traumatic.
Well, it's what that game needed, right? It needed some challenge. It was kind of getting a little too easy. So it's good to hear that you're not just going in and winning every time. We all love to win, but if you win every time, what does it really mean, right?
Yeah, no, it was definitely not. It's not a face roll anymore. I would say submit. You really do need four people. Maybe you don't need to have the specific best crew. If Radio Run just did it with three hunters and a warrior, but you need to at least have that fourth person to dish out damage and kill stuff because we didn't get anywhere. We ended up having to keep dying and then quitting and respawning in as a cheat. I guess it's a cheat. It's a workaround. And so you'd start back with no cards and no gold, but we just didn't get anywhere. We got to I think we got to the third level, and then I was done. Radio Run stepped in, and I don't know what happened. They may have
Did
won.
did they nerf the coin flip at all?
The coin flip has been nerfed in this way. It cannot be used on a boss. So you could still have I only saw one coin flip too. I'm assuming they changed the amount of different things. I didn't see one the whole time. I didn't see any invulnerability adamant potions, which I used to see almost all the time. We got one coin flip in the whole 3 hours. It was crazy. It was out of control, and
Good. I mean that was really the whole problem anyway, right? Is that you could one hit the boss, right? You shouldn't be able to one hit the boss, and apparently you can't anymore. So coin flip, I mean, even if you're holding 3 or 4 of them now, it really doesn't matter. As long as you can't use it on the boss, then it's properly been addressed, in my opinion.
and you really probably need 4 or 5 of them too, because I can't remember what kind of Radio Run, what kind of troll was that we kept getting one of the worst trolls in the game. We killed one on this one level of the entire thing 6 times, and we still kept banishing. They kept coming. I was like, I banished the first one and then another one, and it was crazy. And I don't know. I'm assuming it's not like that every time, but our particular run was out of control, and it was cool.
Gamer Chick 13 in the chat says, I hate bad news that hits VR companies, but I hate companies that are trying to get away with shenanigans. Exactly. And that is the nature of this lawsuit. This is something that's being put out there by a development studio on behalf of other development studios that they feel that Valve has treated unfairly. Looking quickly over the table of contents of this lawsuit here, it mentions anti-competitive contracts imposed on developers, Valve's use of Steam keys to control developers, also anti-competitive behavior, Valve's use of its review system to control developers anti-competitively. And Valve reaps rewards from its monopoly at the developer's expense. So as you guys can see, I've got a very interesting read ahead of me as soon as we get off the air tonight.
Yeah. This isn't like someone whispered or messaged Wes a one-line thing. This is actual stuff. But yeah,
I've got the whole lawsuit right in front of me. I just I have to try to focus on this show instead of reading it while we're on the air.
Well, you just read some good tidbits there. So you'll be getting a good inside scoop from us, like Wes and I were just saying right before we started, either on Sunday or possibly on a standalone episode.
But we'll save throwing Steam under the bus for another day because we're here to highlight some of the tremendous titles that you can look forward to if you're in the market for some new games during the Steam summer sale. But with that said, we're not here to sell you Half-Life Alyx. We're not here to sell you Borderlands 2 VR or Skyrim. We've dug deep under the surface to find those hidden gems that we all so desperately crave. And I feel like we've got a pretty solid list of 15 tonight, Ruuts.
Yeah, and they're actually really reasonably priced, man. You could buy the whole lot of them for probably, I would guess, almost under $20. I didn't add it all up, but it's a lot of games.
Yeah, dude, we've got the goods tonight. Before we get to that, we are going to do what we always do in the virtual show, talk a little bit about what we've been playing. And before we get to that, we're going to kick it off the way we always do by saying hello to our friends in chat. And Gamertag VR checking in. Wow, man, early morning. Normally, Gamertag he shows up for this show, but it's normally in the latter minutes or latter stages of the show. So it's good to see GT getting in here. Early on in the show. Thanks for stopping by. Of course, Mash Daddy and Radio Runt, Dark Angel, our ride or dies are of course in the chat. Our night owls. Dark Angel always shows up for the after midnight stuff. Have you noticed that, Roots?
Yeah, well, I'm assuming she's up late. A lot of people. I see. I usually I can't go to bed early, except for lately. Man, last night I fell asleep early, and woke up early. That's the problem with what going to sleep early is you wake up early and then you have like 5 hours till work.
Yeah, that's me. I've been kind of crashing at inopportune times over the last few days as well. But I'm wide awake now, man. I'm well rested and ready to put on a show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brandon C says hello from Texas. Well, hello from Kentucky, Brandon. Thanks for joining us. Decepticon is in the chat, as is VR Spry Guy. Eddie C got VR legs. Oh, everybody here got VR legs, brother. He says, "Woo, we legal in Virginia, baby." Well, I hope that means what it sounds like it means, and if it is, congratulations.
Gamertag says he's listening on the van radio. Almost 6:30 there. So.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
So, maybe not as early as I thought, huh? I guess we're going on a little bit later. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, that's true. I saw 11:30, and then we had the kabobble of starting and not really starting.
You're right. Our false start.
Yeah.
Wolveraza in the chat says I pass out more than I sleep. Yeah, that's me, dude. Like I just go until I can't go anymore, and I crash for a couple of days, and then I'm good for the week.
Yeah. No, I'm weird. I can stay up late and then wake up late or early, and I'm still usually in a good mood. I'm like Gamer Chick. I'm a morning person, even if I get no sleep.
Gamer Chick, of course, in the chat, we already said hello to her, as is Ray Pope. What's up, Ray? Thanks for coming by. And I think that's it, unless I'm missing somebody here, Roots. That seems to be our crew, our midnight crew tonight. Thanks for showing out, guys. Thanks for staying up to talk a little VR with us.
Yeah, you got the inside scoop on the Valve lawsuit too. You're the first to hear about it.
Yeah, I got to imagine the 10 industry insiders that actually watch our show are probably scrambling right now to find what I'm talking about. But just hit me up if you're a real friend of the show and you want to know what the deets. Just hit me up privately, send me a DM, and I'll share my info with you.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess we should go ahead and kick it off. For those of you who don't know, we are playing with a bit of a new format on all of our content. We've went to 3 streams a week now instead of 2, and basically we're kind of the Sunday and Wednesday shows are a bit more abbreviated than they used to be. We're not planning to go 3 hours tonight. The target time is about half of that, but what you're getting in exchange for the show not going till daylight is another show on Friday or Saturday, the Free Stuff and Killer Deals show, which so far so good on the Free Stuff and Killer Deals, huh? Although, it has ran a little bit longer than we have planned thus far.
Yeah, that last one was about 30 minutes. We want to hit about an hour. Hour would be the sweet spot, right? So
yeah. Well, yeah, an hour or even less. Honestly, 30 to 45 minutes is my target with that thing. We just haven't come anywhere close to that. It's been 90 minutes both times, but it's the Steam Summer Sale. So, I mean, it's kind of expected. If we're going to have a long Free Stuff and Killer Deals, then that's going to be
one of the reasons
that's going to be the time, right, that it happens.
Yep, absolutely.
Eddie C, could y'all post that lawsuit deets on Patreon? I will do that after I have had a chance to talk to my source and make sure it's okay for me to go far and wide with this. But I mean, he told me that it's it's public now. Officially, it's public, even though the press hasn't picked it up yet. As of yesterday, I think he said it's actually public document. So I don't see why there would be any problem with me sharing.
I wonder if Valve was hoping that it didn't get found out that for a while.
I'm sure that they're well, this is brand new. I'm sure that they're just now starting to talk about it and develop a strategy. I'm sure, they're a billion-dollar corporation. I'm sure they're not the least bit threatened by this.
Yeah.
They'll just get a team of lawyers on it and try to bury our friends here. But if nothing else, we're going to get their story out there and let it be told. This particular studio. I'm just going to come out and say it's Dark Cat Studios. It's Jenny and Thaco developers. I don't know if you remember back when Jenny and Thaco got released, it disappeared from the Steam store within a week or two, and it was gone. I don't even know if it ever came back to the Steam store. What had happened there, from what I understand, now I hesitate to even talk about this without getting my facts straight first. As I recall, and this was months ago, that they were having problems with key brokers, like people illegally distributing their keys to their game during their launch period, and they sent some questions to Valve and never got any answers. All that really happened was their game got pulled from the Steam, and it was a Steam release, right? So it effectively killed their launch, and they didn't take it lying down, obviously.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I'm gonna be talking to John, the lead of Dark Cat Studios, probably tomorrow, and I'll have a lot more details and a lot more clarity on the situation, what happened, what is happening, and what is going to happen going forward. But for now, let's do what we always do here on the virtual show, and let's talk VR games, Roots. I know that you and I didn't have a chance to play together this week, but we both played multiplayer games, right?
Yeah, dude, actually. And I'm surprised. I'm surprised you're not in there with us, Wes. We need somebody else. We need a mage, right, Wes? I guess I might as well start off with my game, right? Uh Orbus VR. And I talked a little bit about it, kind of teased a little bit about it the other day when we were talking about the sales. But I've actually been so blown away in this game, just the more time I spend in it, and just researching some of these classes. Like this right here is actual footage of a dungeon, and this character that's healing is a musketeer, which is what I play. And so you're healing through shooting. All these orbs you have out, each one of them does something different. I don't know what all of them do as far as healing wise. I haven't been in a raid yet or dungeon, but I know the purple one. If I use it for an enemy, it does it for damage. That's what's kind of cool. And then if I do use it on my friends, then it's heals them. But the purple will reduce damage, or I guess increase damage on the enemy, or reduce their armor or something. And it's just really cool, the different mechanics. And you see he's got a cool little mount, Wes. You get to get a mount and zip around. So I'm pretty surprised you can ride a mount inside the dungeon. That's kind of cool. But this is one of the coolest multiplayer games I've played in a while, and it's got way more aspects of an MMO RPG than I would have ever given it credit for. Obviously, it's cartoony looking as far as it's not going to pass for Scion. Scion would just say, forget it. But dude, the mage, this is why I say you should do it. It's very intricate. You draw the spells, and I guess the DPS, to be good as a mage, you actually have to be spot on with your spells. And look at those fireballs. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I'm glad to see you finally getting into this one, Roots. And for those of you who didn't catch it, we're talking about Orbus VR Reborn. This title is on sale on the Oculus Quest store for $20, and it's been around for a while. Like it isn't called Reborn just as a part of the name. It's called Reborn because this game was out for a long time and then got kind of a revamp, and that's when it became Orbus Reborn. But we've talked about this title many times in the past, and I've brought it up specifically as, knowing that you're into the MMORPG type games. Like, have you tried Orbus Roots? Maybe this is the one that you've been waiting for, and you've always kind of dismissed it before and not really wanted to get in there and try it out. I'm glad to see that you finally did. And I'm glad to see that you're actually digging it, because I know how much you enjoyed, like, Warcraft and those sorts of games before you were a VR gamer.
Yeah, see, my problem with this game was the initial launch. The initial first time it was around, I played it and I was like, this is it was in its early stages. It was kind of garbage. You know what I mean? And this is I've always said this about every MMO RPG I've ever played. It starts at max level, like which is level 30. So I haven't even got to play the best part of it, which is all the raids and the dungeons, because they've got the pretty intricate raids in, as well. I think 15 people or whatever. So I mean, it's got every aspect. I didn't even know, like, the mage can hex things and can turn them, CC them, turn them into a frog or something, right? I heard somebody can, that's one of the coolest things is you're running around questing, you're just listening to people talk or doing whatever, and this guy was yelling at somebody, and he was telling him to stop hexing his what he was trying to kill, because every time he would turn it into a frog, when it would come back out, it would be full health and enraged, right, and pissed off. And it was, so just listen to this conversation. I don't know, man. It's just it's a really good time, and I definitely recommend it at even $20, but 11.99 or whatever it is a steal, I think. If you like this type
So,
of game.
4-player co-op, is that correct?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much it's gonna be as many. I mean, when you're running around in town, there's 30, 50, 100 people, however many people on the server, doing their thing, but you party up with people. So you could, like, we were running around with a couple people, because once you get to a certain level, I think it's 5, you become like a raid level, and then you don't get XP for certain things. It kind of balances it. So a couple people stayed out of the group and was just still running around. Um, but there's people we had this interesting conversation with someone trying to sell us this dragon. This chick was trying to sell dragons to everybody, and I haven't laughed that hard in a while, because it was just we started trolling her. Mash was walking over, hey, do you got a dragon over here? And it was just so much fun, dude. It's a good time.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the footage on the screen right there. It actually looks pretty cool, but as far as the art style goes, did you play this standalone, or did you play this on PC?
Actually, I've played it both. When I first tried it, I played it on Quest, and then I found out it was cross-buy. So I just got it on Rift, and I've been playing it that way ever since. It does seem a little bit better. I mean, sharper. I haven't really looked and seen. I would imagine the fireballs and everything is going to have um, more graphics to it. So I can't imagine why you'd not play it on PC if you could.
Okay, so there is a difference then between the standalone and the PC version. Well, that's interesting. So you're not only saying that there is a difference, but there's enough of a difference. Well, let me ask you this. Let's say if someone has the option to play it either on a Quest standalone or with a corded, like, VR headset, is it enough of an advantage playing on PC to deal with the cable?
Played sitting down most of the time, just because I mean, I'm using a gun, it's more comfortable. I got my arm on my armrest, I'm just doing my thing. I didn't feel like the cord was a hindering thing or not, you know what I mean? And as far as the graphics, I'm assuming I played the Quest such a small amount of time, but I mean, I'm looking at these graphics we're watching just in this video, and then I'm thinking about Demio and the graphics on the PC version, and just the poison, watching mist of poison coming up, and like there's already so many graphical differences that look so cool. I can't imagine these fireballs looking that good in the standalone version. But that being said, the standalone version did look good.
So it's kind of like one of these deals like Pop One, where there's a noticeable difference, but it's largely the same game in both versions.
Yeah, yeah, and then I just said, like I said, it's the mechanics. It's for me an MMORPG has to have everything there. I mean, they've got crafting, they've got mounts, they've got auction house. I mean, pretty much everything you would want. But I just can't wait to get in the dungeons and heal a dungeon, right?
So it's still a work in progress. Then you still haven't seen everything the game has to offer.
No, no, I'm only level 9 or 10 now. I leveled a couple. I did a couple of fetch quests for gathering some animals
So
yesterday
you're still in free territory then, right? You can play the first up to like level 10 as a free demo in this game. Is that correct?
on the PC version, not on the Quest version. Now I will tell you this: um, I've been in there 5 hours. I mean, that's the thing. It's a MMORPG. It takes a while to level, so you're gonna know. I mean, I would recommend looking up some guides or going with some people. People were, it was the most, that's another thing, Wes. I've never been in a community of people that were so friendly and helpful. Like, just everybody. And, I mean, obviously, every once in a while you have someone kind of being not 100% nice, but not rude. But everybody wanted to help. We ran with one guy. He ran up to a level 30, said, "Hey, level 30, I need your help." And we had a treasure map. He took him and got him his treasure. So it was pretty cool.
So sounds like there's a pretty cool community behind this game. Not many squeakers, huh?
No, there was actually, I mean, there was some, but surprisingly, it was a lot of adults. I would imagine a lot of people like me that have played World of Warcraft or some form of MMO, and they're looking for something similar, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, now you've kind of got me intrigued. See, I enjoy this type of game and this type of gameplay. Um, but only in short spurts. Like I don't. The reason I stay out of these types of games is because it takes so much time to level on it, and generally I don't like to stick to that one game for all that long. To spend 20, 30 hours just to progress, but not really ever accomplish anything other than having fun. I'm sure. Um, just kind of not my thing. I enjoy the gameplay, uh, but I don't enjoy kind of the grinding of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I don't. I hate leveling. It's my least favorite thing. But that's the point is you got to make sure you have your friends there with you. Because we were just having a fun, and 2-3 hours flew by really quickly. I don't know if you saw on the screen there, but the gear and the different stats. That like I said, it's the little things in MMOs, RPGs, and just having a special helmet, that gives you um, better stats. Are going to help you heal or kill things quicker. Getting the really good gear from the better raids. I mean, it has all of that as well. So
It
definitely,
sounds to me like this is getting the Roots stamp of approval, at least so far. We'll see how it goes once we get into the dungeons, right?
yeah, absolutely. And if you got a PC, check it out. You can check it out for several hours for free, and and then decide if you like it or not.
Well, there you go. There you go. Orbus VR Reborn on Oculus, right? Is this on Steam? I don't think it is it?
I think it's Oculus exclusive.
Yeah. So Oculus Rift, Oculus Quest, cross-buy title. So you buy one, you get both.
Yeah, absolutely. And Wolveraza says he's excited to play after the show. I'm gonna. What did I link it? I think I linked it, but I did link it in one of the channels. Just a beginner guide, just something to kind of give you an idea where to go, because I was wandering around for a while, not knowing what the hell am I doing. And
Yeah.
then I figured it
You
all
did.
out.
You did link that in the Discord. Invitation in the description down below. I did see that you did share a beginner's guide to Orbis. So
Wolveraza says he is indeed downloading the Steam version, so it is on Steam.
Yep, Eddie C confirms that it is on Steam as well. So it's probably on sale right now then, if I would
Yeah,
had to wager. Everything else is on Steam.
I would
So
imagine it is. And like we've said before, even if you don't have a Quest, you could still, you can get a Quest account, right? And buy a Quest game and still get it for Rift, correct?
I don't understand
Like
what
if
you're
you don't,
asking
you
here.
can still have a Quest account even if you don't own a Quest.
I don't know. That I don't know. Generally, when you try to, when you try to, well, I guess when you try to, set up an account on the app, it asks you for your headset information first. But I'm pretty sure you can hit skip or do that later, and go ahead and finish setting up your account. So yeah, I think so. I think you can.
I could have sworn had some games before I even had my thing. So I'm pretty sure you can try it. If you can buy it for the Quest, you can get it
It
for
is not on sale. It is $20 on Steam right now.
okay. Well, check it out for free on Steam. And if you that's the problem though. If you like it, you're gonna have to restart on a different account if you come over to Oculus. But if you keep it on Steam, it'll transfer over. So
I wonder if
Spry Guy owns Quest games and has never owned a Quest, so he confirmed it
there you
right
go.
there. So you can buy it for the Quest, get it on Oculus for free, for $11.99.
So I can well, how about this? I wonder if I Am Roots on Steam can play with the I Am Roots on Oculus.
Ooh, that's a good question.
You know what I'm saying? Or
Hmm.
like wonder if I Am Roots on Quest can play with I Am Roots on Rift.
So you're thinking family.
That's exactly what I'm
Boom.
thinking.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because I'm about to put this very same method to the test in Demio, because I have two quests and I have a PCVR headset. So I have three headsets here that can play together. I have one copy of the game, but I have family sharing on, so the two quests can play together that way, and it's cross buy, so I can get the Rift version for PC. So as long as Lethal Weasel Rift can
Hmm.
play with Lethal Weasel Quest, then we can do three players in it.
I don't see why not. It's different platforms, right?
No. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, two of the. I mean, we'll have two Quest players, but it's legitimately set up through the game sharing.
Ed-
You can play with two different people.
Eddie C says you
Oh,
will be able to play that way with two different Steam and Oculus because they're both, or I guess Quest or Oculus because they're both. You have to create an account for. So
there you go. But that's next on my list. It was actually on my to do list for today, but other things came up and I didn't get a chance to play around in there. But within a few days, we're going to introduce the fam to Demio.
nice. I think they'll like it.
I think so too. I
It's
think I
very
like just being able to play something, everyone play together, you know.
well, and it's strategy based, so it's their mind. It's making their mind think and work too while they're playing and having fun. It's always good.
Wolveraza, I used to app share all the time, but still need one more head mounted display for all of us. Yeah. I mean, we could use another one too, to be honest, but the cases where we have four that want to play together are pretty rare. So I think three is a good number. I would suggest that you watch Facebook Marketplace. These quests are showing up on there, or Quest 2s are showing up on there now fairly frequently in the $200 price range. So if you need a quick, cheap head mounted display to to have multiplayer with, I would suggest doing that. And then, obviously it's a bit iffy sharing a HMD with somebody, but if you replace the facial interface and clean everything else up, I don't see any reason to avoid it.
I'm just so sketched the way people treat stuff, man. Like, oh, she's my T-shirt. Wipe the lenses.
Oh, well, you obviously you look at the lenses and stuff and make sure it powers up and do all that before you hand the person the money.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So my second had my second Quest 2, it came from Facebook, and I obviously tested it before I handed the money over. And beyond that, it got a brand new head strap, it got a new facial interface. So like anything that touched their head is now in a
Gone.
box in the closet. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, true.
Anyway, you weren't the only one who got some multiplayer action in. I got some in as well. And this was in a game that we've actually covered here before on the channel. Um, when you and I played Death Horizon Reloaded all those months ago, I knew it was still a work in progress, but I had assumed that most of the work had been done at that point. Game has been around as long as standalone VR has been a thing. And when I say standalone VR, I don't just mean Oculus Quest. I mean, this thing's been around since Gear VR, Oculus Go. Death Horizon has been around a long, long time, and it's been a work in progress throughout the entire history of standalone VR. But when you and I played it together, I mean, the thing was fairly polished. The multiplayer was working well. The enemies and levels all looked and sounded very good, and the gameplay was fun. Right? It's basically a co-op zombie shooter that's easy to pick up and play. It's fairly straightforward in what it does, and beyond all that, I mean, this is a $15 game. This is not some $20 to $30 Oculus Quest title. This is a $15 title, and with it being in the state that it was in the last time that we played it together, I assumed that most of the work had been done on it. Well, having played the game in recent days with my daughter, I am happy to report that this game is much improved over what it even was then. It's had a graphical makeover and the sounds have been made over. The levels are very much the same as they were before, but now melee weapons have been introduced into the game. So it's not just the shooter anymore. You can grab baseball bats, you can grab batons, you can grab hammers or even pieces of rebar and take on these zombies in hand-to-hand combat. Um, you know, I think that my daughter and I may have even beat this game months ago, but even having played this game before and played deep into it with many different people, I probably had the most fun I've ever had in it yesterday.
Wow. That was just because it was that good, huh?
Yeah, man, it's getting really good, and I have to take my hat off to the developer Roman at the Dream Dev Studios. He's really made this into a proper Oculus Quest title. I'm shocked, Roots, because again, when we played this before, it was kind of a steal for $15, and it makes you. I mean, once you have a game that plays well and has good reviews and it's priced so low on the Quest store that it kind of diminishes the value in the putting more work in, I would think. I mean, at this point, the guy's obviously just putting in the work into the game just for the love of the game. Because I mean, it's already highly reviewed. And it's a very inexpensive game. People are going to buy it already. So kudos to Roman for sticking to it with this game and continuing to polish it up. Because again, it looks better now, it plays better now, and it was good before.
Wow. Wolveraza says he loves this game. It's another one he app shares all the time with his family. Well, who doesn't love killing zombies, right? Zombies with your
What's it?
children is great bonding, is what Wolveraza says.
It's a good co-op title for newbies, because say somebody who just got a Quest 2 and you want to play a game with them. It's an easy one to recommend at $15, right? It's not going to break the bank for somebody to pick up their own copy of this. And then on top of that, it's not hard figure out how to play this. It's a fairly straightforward arcade style shooter, and you know, the melee weapons are in there now. But how much tutorial do you need to use a melee weapon? You pick it up and swing it, right?
Zero tutorial, Wes. I need zero. Drew says that he's got a friend that just got into VR, but he's trying to get his VR legs. He's got this game with him, but so I guess do they not have teleport in this game, or is it locomotion?
That is something that actually is kind of lacking. There are not a whole lot of options in the game with regards to stuff like that. I mean, there are some, but I don't think I saw teleport in there. Not that I really went looking for it. So maybe it is, and I just don't know it.
Yeah, I don't look for it either. So,
I will say this. You know, we kind of always assumed that, you know, these zombies are crawling through these vent ways and these airways in the building and coming out and attacking you. And we always assumed that was just kind of like the hole in the mountain in Arizona Sunshine that the zombies come out of. It's just a way for them to not spawn right in front of your eyes. We found out after we finished playing, I think it was like Traveling Man or Corporate Zombie, or one of our viewers pointed out that that you can actually climb in those and find secret areas.
What?
And I actually tried that out yesterday, and it's 100% true. Every level has one of these secret areas that you can find by climbing through the ductwork.
Oh man, we didn't even explore, Wes. What are we doing, bro? We missed it.
Oh, I'm finding it all now, man. It's basically you'll find one vent that you can crawl in, and it'll take you on a bit of a detour through the next little bit of the level, and you'll find a room that'll have like a glass vial in it, and it'll have some item inside of it, and you'll pick it up and say it'll have the 1911 handgun in it, and you'll pick it up and it'll say 1911 data unlocked. I don't know what that means, what it's for. I think it's just a collectible, but every level has one of these little glass vials in it, and that's basically what you're collecting.
All right. Well, I do have a warning from Wolveraza. He says you can get stuck in it, so be careful if you're going in there. Don't think you're going to willy-nilly go in and come out. You got to make sure you get out.
Some of these ductwork structures are very maze-like. They go off in all sorts of different directions. There's fans and things you can fall into and get killed. I mean, it's not just as simple as climbing a little bit and you're there. The problem with that is even though these things shoot off in all directions, while you're climbing, the turn function doesn't work. So whatever direction that you're facing when you start climbing, that's the direction you're looking. So if you're playing seated, you either have to climb backwards, not knowing where you're going in some cases, or you have to stand up and physically turn around so that you can see where you're going.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. If I were to give Roman any constructive criticism on things he might add to the next iteration of this game, I think a seated mode would be good, because I felt like I was about 3 feet tall playing seated. And I played fine. Like, I didn't have any trouble playing that way. But it was a little weird, you know, taking my key card out and holding it up to the door to get through it. Felt a little weird. So a proper seated mode or a height adjustment, a manual height adjustment would be helpful. And the ability to turn while climbing also would be something nice if it were to get added in.
Little people, big world, Wes. You're just a little person in a big world with a key card. And you made it, dude.
I think the proper term is midget.
Well, that is the proper term. That's the old school term that people like act like it's weird. Like, I don't know, man. This world's going down, bro. Traveling Man says there's 20 topsy-turvy, man. 20 collectibles, he believes.
Yeah, and I think it was Traveling Man that tipped me off to the fact that we could go through those vents. I would have never tried it. It doesn't look like something that you should be able to climb through because you can't squat in the game. as far as I know. And some of these things are right down on the floor. You have to grab it with your hand to get down into it.
That's weird, man, because usually you go and you search everything. You're finding nooks and crannies in games that even developers didn't know they'd put there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, kudos to Traveling Man for finding this stuff out and pointing it out to us. I would have never thought to check it. And this is a game that is prone to exploration. You once you get into the latter levels of the game, you always come into like these corridors where you can visibly see the different levels. You're moving vertically through the level. You're climbing up or down each floor, but in between levels, you'll come into like this central place where you can see up and down and all the different levels there. And there's pipes and things along the walls that you can climb and explore and skip levels even if you're willing to put in the legwork, and if you're willing to fall a few times, you can find some nice little secret areas in this game.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
interesting that I've explored the game thoroughly from that standpoint, but never thought to try to crawl in the ductwork.
Man, that's crazy. Dave Station coming through with the tip train. Toot toot. What's up, Dave Station, bro? How's it
Hey,
going? What time is it? Early for him too, right? 7 a.m.
I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not sure where Dave. I'm pretty sure he's in Eastern time like me, or
Oh,
maybe
okay.
Central time.
Okay.
But yeah, thanks for stopping by, Dave. Good to see you. Thanks for the $2 tip. Incidentally, $2 probably going to be able to buy you 4 or 5 of the games on our best of Steam list tonight.
The best esteemed, dude. And there's some bangers here, man. If you think you can't get some quality games for cheap, and you haven't looked at the Steam sale, that's for damn sure.
Wolveraza following up on the train says, "What if I don't want to toot?" Hey, bro, you don't have to toot. If you want to just donate the $2 and not toot, then you don't have to do it,
You're
bro.
just
No pressure.
you're riding the train, bro. You're not tooting the train. There's only one conductor, and that's Dave, dude. He's tooting. And then Traveling Man usually comes in the rear and oh wait, I'm not even
You
gonna
know who
go.
loves it when Traveling Man comes in the rear Roots?
My
Oh
mom!
god, I didn't know Traveling Man was going there, bro.
Anyway, I guess that's a pretty good segue. Just to wrap up quickly, uh, as if we haven't said it 100 times already, Death Horizon Reloaded, $20 or sorry, $15 on the Oculus Quest store. It does go on sale from time to time, but I recommend not waiting for a sale. It's already worth more than the $15 price of admission. Great co-op game, especially and I've said this many times. If you played Arizona Sunshine to the point where you're absolutely sick of playing Arizona Sunshine, but you want that type of game, try Death Horizon Reloaded. I think you'll find it is certainly worth your $15 investment.
I like the way that the melee looks so satisfying, and when you get injured, you need to take your teammate's hand. Wes, hold my
Yeah,
hand, bro.
and get this, Roots. Like these, generally you're talking about these smaller titles from one-man dev teams. They add something like melee weapons in, and it's pretty generic, straightforward. Different skins on the same invisible weapon, right? Very different weapons here, and everything has like weight to it. It's like there's physics built into these weapons. Like if you grab something that's heavy, it matters how you grip it. Like if you try to grip it on the very end, you're not even going to be able to swing it because it's
Hmm.
too heavy. You have to kind of choke up on it a little bit. So kind of impressive that second gen VR physics are being used in again this one man developed VR title, or he might have a couple of people helping him. I don't know, but I largely look at Dream Dev Studios as just being just the one dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. Good deal. $15, right?
Yeah. Now, Speaking of which, speaking of good deals, that leads us into our topic for the night, and that is the best in quotation marks, the best of the Steam Summer Sale 2021. We have 15 titles here for you, friends, that you could probably own for the $15 that you would otherwise spend on Death Horizon Reloaded. So hold on to that money, not so fast, my friends. You might want to reconsider after you see some of these bangers that we have lined up for you tonight.
Yeah, these are bangers, man. And like I said, they're cheap, dude. Like a lot of these are just like less than the price of a cup of coffee in, I don't even know, like some really cheap place, I guess.
Like you couldn't even feed a starving Ethiopian for what any of these games cost.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you want to kick it off here, Roots, or you want me to go first?
Do you? Well, I just have them in the list that they were on that sheet, so you can go ahead and go first.
All right. So the first title caught my eye immediately when I was scrolling through the Steam Summer Sale, and this is a title that some of you may have heard of, but probably not. This is a title called Hand Simulator. And just reading the description here off of the Steam page, there are many different levels where you can play with spinners, plunge into the subtleties of handling weapons, milk a cow, take part in a Mexican duel with your friends, have a good time fishing, play chess, or simply chat in an anonymous club. Hand Simulator Roots, normally priced at $199, on sale 99 cents on 99 Steam right now,
dude. That's cheap. You can't even get a candy bar for $1 anymore. It's like $1.07 because they do tax on it. Did they tax this? This is quality.
I imagine it probably depends on where you live at.
Okay.
How the taxes work on Steam, but I want to point out, people brag a lot about the hand. What's it called? The on Oculus Quest hand physics lab. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, something like that.
They brag about how realistic the hand physics are in the hand physics lab for Oculus Quest, but apparently these people haven't seen what real hand physics are. Apparently they haven't seen Hand Simulator because, man, I don't know if you noticed just how well and realistically the hands work in this gem of a title.
I just like the list of things you can do. Like there were some things in there I didn't even think would make the list. It's crazy, bro.
I mean, look at that. Doesn't that look so realistic, the way that these guns just stick to the palm of these guys' hands and they don't even have to wrap their fingers around it?
Yeah. This is definitely if you would think that a hand simulator would simulate your hands any better than this, you would be wrong. So.
This is a hand simulator for people who have Bell's palsy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, what's up next on the list, Roots? What else are we
next one
tonight?
We have Disco times 80s fifth VR. Because who doesn't want to go back into the 80s and go to the nightclub? This actually kind of intrigues me because I don't know, what is the music in here? Is it going to be 80s real disco music?
Well, according to the Steam page, the 80s are back. Enter the dance floor and celebrate in an 80s club party in VR. Features 18 80s style music tracks, or use the in-game YouTube browser. So you can, if you don't like the music, Roots, you can just go to YouTube and type in your own music. There's 3 clubs, a Miami style street with entrances to these clubs. Interactions, you can ask people for dances and choose between 20 different dance styles. There's games like darts, bowling, mini basketball, billiards, and arcade machines, teleportation, and free locomotion. I mean, what else could you possibly ask for? Normally $10, Roots, on sale 90% off, 99 cents.
99 cents, man. This is definitely worth 99 cents for sure. $10, huh? So if you bought this last week, You were a sucker, bro. I don't know what you were doing. I want to know why there's like in this disco club, why there's all these like parlor games, you know? Like I guess I could see pool, but bowling, shooting some hoops, you know, because who doesn't go to the bar and then shoot some hoops at the same time? But I guess it is a arcade game, right? So just
Well, let me tell you, I've been looking for a good billiards game, Roots.
oh,
Not that sports bar is bad. I actually like the billiards in sports bar, but the locomotion is terrible in sports bar. So bad that it keeps me out of it. So if this game is claiming free
hmm.
locomotion and there's a pool table in there, it might be worth the buck to pick it up,
Yeah,
man.
you could bust a move, dude. You could go do 20 dance. You could actually, they say white men can't dance, dude. You could learn how to dance disco style 80s. This is uh a dance uh learning thing. I don't know.
I wonder if
Training.
you. They said there's 20 different dances. I wonder if you can Carlton dance.
I doubt it. He wasn't around in the 80s.
Well, for those of you who don't want to throw down the buck to try it out, but you're still interested in getting your disco groove on, free demo available on Steam for this, so you don't actually have to throw your buck down without trying it first.
I wonder what the demo would have. Like, are you limited on the basketball? Could I go do unlimited basketball? Because I might just go check that out. I want to play some Total Invasion, or are they going to limit me and say you have to pay your dollar? So I guess we'll
I
see.
don't know, but I will just say this: typically, when we have one of these best of shows in the past, we generally do find a hidden gem here and there, just trying some of this stuff out as a gag, you know, as a joke. I mean, we would have never found Space Cats
Mm.
with lasers if it weren't for our best of episodes, you know.
Well, and that's the beauty of Viveport Infinity is trying the different stuff. Even if it's ridiculous, you're gonna find a good one, right? You don't get that with cheapy cheater Valve. Well, I don't know what they're. I guess I haven't read the lawsuit yet, so we'll find
Yeah,
out.
much more to come on that. Never mind. I was about to do a tasteless joke here, Roots. But Dave in the chat says I'm starting to see why best is in the air quotes, or I'm dying to know why best is in the air quotes. Well, you know, obviously, okay. He says I'm starting to understand why best is in air quotes. Okay, yeah. Stay tuned, friend. It gets better from here. Roots, being as the next two are personal selections of yours. I'll let you go ahead and introduce both of those as well.
Okay. All right. This one is the Hunger Games. I don't know exactly what is the rest of the title. Do you have the link there?
It's the Hunger colon Games Ensemble. So you read it as the Hunger Games an ensemble, but it's not. It's the Hunger Games Ensemble.
Yeah, this one just came out last year, and I was very surprised. It's a pretty cheap price. Apparently, it's going to tax your video card according to this commercial. I don't think it will. And that's about all I know. It's a bunch of different games like I guess mini games, right?
Yeah, so it says, "Welcome to the future of gaming. Prepare for a journey of hunger as you've never lusted for sustenance quite like this before. You will be tempted to consume food, but be warned, voracious traveler, as you must not give in to your desires to this virtual reality gaming compilation. Your family is counting on you. Refrain from eating, and all the riches the Hunger Games ensemble has to offer will be open to you, the gamer. Features come hungry for these four amazing VR games. A weird VR comedy experience that can be enjoyed in 15 to 25 minutes. Can be played from the comfort of your own bathroom. Explore a world where hunger is everything. Discover the whereabouts of your family. And no VR headset needed to enjoy these four games thanks to technology. Um, I could keep going, Roots, but I think people are getting the picture here. Normally, $3.99 for the Hunger Games Ensemble, 87% off right now, 51
Wow,
cents
51
on
cents.
Steam.
You can't even get anything for 51 cents. You can get this game. Actually, ironically, if I'm not mistaken, this had pretty good reviews, or at least positive. It was positive reviews.
A lot of the games on our list actually do have positive reviews,
That's
which makes you wonder about these reviewers, right?
yeah, it makes you wonder for sure. Well, I might have to check this one out. It's gonna break the bank, but 51 cents, I think I can handle it for sure.
Well, Raza says, "My God, I'm crying, dude." Obviously, Wolby wasn't around for our earlier best of episodes. Yeah, you're in for a treat tonight, friend. What do we have next up, Roots?
Intercosmos is it's a you get to be a Russian. I guess it's space oriented. And that's about all I know about it. I know that actually I own this one, Wes. That was one of the things that shocked me. I don't know where I got the key or how or what. But I think it's an escape the room game, if I'm not mistaken. Am I correct?
Intercosmos is an arcadey astronaut adventure in VR. Brace yourself for a rush of hectic gameplay to challenge your inner cosmonaut and a fun story full of twists and Cold War absurdities. So yeah, I was actually kind of surprised to see this one on your list. As you're right, this is in your library, and I think it's even on Viveport Infinity, and has overwhelmingly positive reviews.
Yeah, it's actually intrigued because it's pretty wildly received, and it's pretty cheap.
Yeah, yeah. Normally $5, 75% off right now, $1.24.
Oh, wow. That's good. It's a good deal.
Kind of pricey for our list, huh?
Yeah, that is kind of pricey. Anything over 50 cents, anything over $1. This is the dollar
Well,
store list.
you might think that's kind of pricey, but then I would point you to Virtual Orator, which is my next pick on the Best of Steam Summer Sale 2021. Virtual Orator. This is the Steam description for Virtual Orator. Public speaking experiences in VR for every training need. Virtual Orator is a professional software that delivers realistic experiences of being in front of an audience for personal use. Overcome fear, perfect presentations, hone skills. Get the public speaking experience you need to overcome fear, hone your skills, and perfect presentations. Realistic practice is the key to improve public speaking, and Virtual Orator is professional grade VR software that provides you with the flexibility and behavioral realism required. So, at surface, this seems like a fairly legitimate professional tool. Where's the comedy in Virtual Orator? Why is this on my list, Roots? Well, I'll tell you why, friends, because this title retails at 199 US dollars and is on sale, Roots, for the low price at 179 US dollars. So yeah, you guys can have this 6-year-old uh, a virtual audience to practice speaking in front of for only a couple $100.
Well, see that I might get if I could put the audience in their underwear because I have to because like they say this is gonna be like real life. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna picture the audience in their underwear, right? So that I don't feel afraid. $179. That's a steal, Wes. I'm actually debating: do I buy that or do I eat this week? Like, my God, dude.
Yeah, dude. Like I clicked on that one thinking, well, there might be something funny in here. And I read through that description. I was like, no, there's no comedy here. And then I happened to catch the price on my way out of clicking out of it. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. there it is. There's the humor. $200 for this piece of shit, man. I can't believe it.
I wonder how many copies they sold. How many businesses bought this, right?
Well, here's the thing. Like, obviously, people who have stage fright and have problem talking in front of people, you can overcome it through repetition, through getting in front of people and making yourself do it. I was like that, man. I used to have all kinds of trouble talking in front of people. So nervous and shy. I never would even speak in front of a couple of people. But I forced myself to overcome it by joining the speech team actually in high school and taking drama classes. Getting in front of people actually, I got over it. But the point is that there's any number of ways in VR that you can do that already. Like you don't have to pay $200 for a fake audience. You can go into VR chat and say, "Hey, everybody, I have something I want to say," and immediately you'll have 20 people looking at you. You can talk to. People are cool. They'll listen to you at least for a little while. Um, but I mean, you can go to Rec Room, you can go to VR chat. I mean, there's tons of social spaces, alt space. There's tons of places you can go and get over your fear of talking in front of people. Anybody that would spend $200 on this virtual audience, I mean, I question how effective this would even be anyway. Even if the avatars all looked completely real and act naturally, which they don't, by the way, they don't at all. But if they did, I don't think that this would be an effective means to overcome it.
No, it wouldn't be the same. I don't know. Maybe the immersion in this thing is next level. We're missing something, Wes, dude. If we just went into the virtual order, we would understand everything.
Well, you know what you'll never understand, Roots, until you live it.
What's that?
You'll never understand the rain leak life. Number 6 on our list is a title called Rain Leak Life. This is a simple VR action game where you endure long periods of leaking rain in a leaky quadrant. Put on the VR HMD and you're in a nostalgic Japanese 4.5 mat apartment and you leave the rain leaking. If you leave the rain leaking, you'll get yelled at by the residents on the floor below.
Oh God, you don't want to get yelled at.
Normally $3.99 on Steam, on sale 15% off, $3.39.
Oh,
I mean, these things just sell themselves, don't they, Roots?
Yeah, that's kind of expensive for our list. But I'll tell you what, man, I'm laughing because it's labeled as a VR action game. Like this is just so much action that you're moving these things around. And I don't
with
get me
magnet
wrong.
hands. You're using magnet hands to do it. You don't even have to run over there and grab the stuff.
Little magnet hands were been around apparently for a lot longer than Half-Life Alex takes credit for it, right? I mean, it's innovative. I mean, let's be honest, who hasn't wanted to catch the rain, right? Especially in a Japanese, would you say 4.5 foot flat, or how'd they describe it? It was
4.5 mat apartment.
Oh.
A 4.5 mat Japanese apartment.
4.5 mat. I don't think that's pretty small. But yeah. Well, $3.39 and this gem is yours, I guess, right?
Yeah, no more guessing, no more guesswork involved. $3 and you can live it, friend.
That's
and
why
you'll know what that rain leak life is all about.
That's why people that are coming into VR now should be privileged, because you're mostly not going to see this stuff around anymore. But
yeah. Anyway, what you well, I guess I'll introduce the next one. We're coming in some more of yours after that. Number 7 on our list. This actually, it's an intriguing concept to me, Roots. I think if they did this right, that this actually might be a fun game. It's a game called Stage Presence. And let me just read this description to you here. This actually looks pretty cool. Stage Presence is the anti-Guitar Hero, a comedy horror karaoke game where you need to use your voice and wits to win over a fickle mob. It says you're the lead singer in the world's unluckiest band, playing a huge show when the band's equipment fails. You need to keep the crowd entertained with your voice and weird unlockables while the gear is being fixed. As the crowd gets angrier, they start heckling, throwing bottles of piss at you, shining lasers in your eyes, and turning into demons. The usual stuff. And get this, Roots, Stage Presence's unique multiplayer mode puts you in the crowd of another player's game. Cheer them to victory or heckle them to failure with the gear at your disposal: laser pins, bottles, glow sticks, and flares. So I like the concept here, Roots. This is a good idea. This is a unique thing that really can only be done in VR. Normally $10, 75% off, 249 on Steam right now.
249, dude, and you get to feel like a rock star. I bet the environment would be pretty cool looking around and stuff. Definitely bizarre. Eddie C says he thought the segment is supposed to be the best of Steam. You forgot the quotes over around best.
It's
It's
the
the
best,
best of Steam.
the best.
Yeah, it is the best. It's the best for the price. And like Wes, it is kind of intriguing. Can you imagine if you could have like a crowd full of people in there, right? And try to entertain them. I think it would be cool if you had like a something like this, a legit thing like this for kind of like a VR chat, but it's a comedy club, right? Where people go up and they do their comedy thing, and I think it would be kind of cool. You know, people like the karaoke.
There actually is a VR comedy club. Now I don't know if they do any kind of open mics. I think there's been some stuff in Alt Space or maybe even Rec Room that does like an open mic comedy thing. But I know that there are periodic VR comedy shows from a live comedy club actually in I think in Texas. It's called Failed to Render. I haven't been to it yet, but it looks cool. Real comedians on a real stage, also in VR. So
Hmm,
you can go in VR and watch the show as well.
cool. That sounds pretty cool.
But yeah, Eddie, the quotes around best are sarcastic quotes. This is intended to be a comedy show. We're poking fun at some of the things that you can find on Steam. Um, if we wanted to make this a NSFW episode, not suitable for work, oh dude, we could have done an epic show with some of the adult titles I saw on Steam. And maybe we'll do that. Maybe that'd be a good next money show, Roots. We'll just do an adult version of the best of Steam.
That would be cool because I saw a lot of those on there too. And I one was intriguing, Wes. It actually had very positive reviews, and I was like, but it was like it was themed. It was like you the story or something. So apparently, it was actually pretty good. I don't know. Oh wow, Wes just froze up. It's just me. I heard you for a second there. I got a good signal, so I'm assuming it's your internet on the other side. So what do you? Hey, go ahead. Oh man, that's real bad. So like Robot Wes. Well, what did the chat? What do you guys think of this? What do you are you guys gonna run out and get stage presence while Wes is straightening out his internet? I guess. I don't know.
Uh,
It's weird, right? Oh, actually I'm buffering as well on the stream is buffering from according to this. Huh. I'm confused. So I wonder if it's Zoom. We must be having a Zoom issue. Or an internet issue. Hmm. I don't know what's happening. Something's happening. Hmm. Okay. So I mean, it says I got internet. Man, no idea what's happening. Okay. I don't know what's going on, man. Mhm. Oh, that's weird. So you can see me right now still on YouTube? That is weird. Well, I'm glad I didn't go crazy, huh? Which actually I was on my mind. I I don't understand what's going on. I mean, I don't see you. I mean, are you there, Wes? It's weird that I'm talking to you on my phone, and apparently everybody can see me. So hey, how's it going, everyone? So I'm not sure what's happening. My internet says it's down, even though my OBS shows it's not down, and Wes is gone. My Zoom is disconnected, apparently. Let me see if I can rejoin that Zoom call. That's not even logging into Discord right now. Did you know our logo's name is Clyde? I did not know that. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, man. I mean, obviously my internet's not down. Then what the heck is going on? Because I can't pull up any web pages. It says connect to the internet. My web page is down. Um, hmm, that's very bizarre. Very bizarre. I don't even know what to do. Like, what's the options? How do I try to fix this, Wes? Lost, bro. Uh, what a nightmare, man. Remember that one time when we had issues and I cursed and that guy got all pissed off? That was good times. That's what I was thinking about. Maybe I am still on air. And apparently I was. Good thing.